The roar of the crowd, the thrill in the air, the weight of a swing. Sports demand passion, but sometimes that passion fractures into something messy. In golf, there are moments when fans step off the respectful sideline and into unforgettable chaos. When fans lose control, even golf, the calmest sport on earth, can turn into a spectacle of chaos. And through the years, a handful of moments have proven that passion without restraint can make the crowd just as memorable as the players. Stay tuned, you'll want to see which moments made the cut. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more wild sports breakdowns.
From the left rough, Olazabal played first. Premature and over the top, and it was surely disruptive to Olazabal.
On number 8, we start with one of golf's most infamous tournaments, the 1999 Ryder Cup at Brookline. The tension between Team USA and Team Europe was electric, but what unfolded that weekend went far beyond friendly rivalry. European players were taunted from the first tee to the last green. Some were heckled while setting up for critical shots. Others faced a level of abuse that no sport should tolerate. Mark James, the European captain, revealed that fans spat at his wife and hurled insults that pushed several players to the edge. Colin Montgomery's father, a 70-year-old man who had flown from Scotland to watch his son, was forced to leave because of relentless verbal attacks from the gallery.
Under even the best of circumstances. The American dream on Ryder Cup. Captain Ben Crenshaw had spoken of fate.
Even the American captain, Ben Crenshaw, admitted that things got out of hand. The home crowd had let patriotism twist into hostility. What should have been remembered as one of golf's greatest comebacks ended up as one of its lowest points. Boston got swept up in emotion, Crenshaw later said. It spilled over. It was more than just a loud crowd. It was a turning point that reminded everyone how fine the line is between passion and disrespect.
Here needs birdie. Again, 2 in, it's 6 under, Rose. No. There's a little yell and all seems to be okay. That was not nice.
On number 7, the 2018 British Open at Carnoustie gave us a quieter but equally infuriating kind of fan chaos. Tiger Woods was right in the mix on the final hole, chasing a birdie that could tie the lead. The crowd was frozen in silence, the kind of silence that defines golf's tension, until one fan decided to shatter it. Just as Tiger reached the top of his backswing, a loud yell cut through the air. Woods flinched mid-motion, his rhythm broken, but somehow still struck a strong drive down the fairway. The camera caught it all. Tiger's expression stiff, eyes narrowing, the weight of frustration visible in an instant.
We show you Tiger swing again here at 18.
No! What are you doing?
But ball seems to...
Afterward, Tiger calmly told reporters that this sort of thing happens more than people think. Some fans time their shouts just to get on TV or go viral online. For someone with Tiger's composure, it was handled with grace, but it underscored how a single fan, one voice, can completely derail the purity of competition. In a sport where silence is sacred, that yell echoed louder than any applause.
He doesn't seem too happy with somebody. What's going on here?
On number 6, Rory McIlroy was in the middle of what should have been a routine round at the 2022 BMW Championship, but the distractions came from a bizarre source, a remote-controlled golf ball. While playing the 15th green, a fan placed a battery-powered RC ball on the green and began maneuvering it towards the hole. The crowd gasped. McIlroy, visibly irritated, paused, then took his putter, reached down, and tossed the RC ball into a nearby pond.
It's going to be hard to control something. Get out of here, fella.
After the moment, McIlroy's partner Scott Stallings and officials were stunned. The incident didn't stop people talking. Who does that? They asked. But more than that, it cracked open a debate about what lengths fans will go just to get a reaction or a clip. For McIlroy, it was more than annoying. It was disrespectful to the integrity of play. especially in a tournament setting where every shot counts. Interruptions like this aren't just funny, they undermine the sport.
This just moments ago.
Sam Wright at it. Talk to me. Come on.
So wow, everyone is going insane. We might have a slight.
On number 5, we hit the 2022 Phoenix Open, the one tournament where chaos is practically tradition. The 16th hole at TPC Scottsdale is known as golf's loudest amphitheater, but when Sam Ryder aced the par 3 that year, the energy erupted into madness. Thousands of fans jumped to their feet, screaming and tossing beer cans into the air. Within seconds, the green was covered in aluminum and foam. It looked less like a golf event and more like a music festival explosion.
Sam Ryder is now a legend here at the Coliseum on 16 at the WM Phoenix.
10th hole-in-one here at the WM Phoenix Open.
Ryder's playing partner Brian Harmon later said he was just trying to dodge flying cans as they rained down. It took crews over 15 minutes to clean the hole before play could resume. It was chaos. Pure, hilarious, and stupid chaos. And while most fans called it the greatest celebration in golf history, it also became one of the clearest examples of how quickly excitement can turn reckless. On number 4, the US Open at Torrey Pines 2021 added a bizarre twist to the final round. A fan, draped in a rainbow cape, ran onto the 13th fairway with pockets full of golf balls. He dropped 2 balls, took full swings, and danced around with a club between attempts, all while security tried to corral him. Eventually, after dodging guards and acting like he was going to surrender, he made a break for it, only to be tackled by an officer who came in on a golf cart. For a sport built on silence and solemn focus, this was a full-blown spectacle. The disruption came just before Bryson DeChambeau's group was teeing off, adding unnecessary tension and chaos to a high-stakes day. While nobody got hurt and play resumed, the moment went viral. A sad reminder that sometimes the show isn't the tournament but the distraction. On number 3, in a moment that blurred the lines between performance and chaos, wrestling legend Bill Goldberg stunned spectators when he physically threw a fan into a body of water during the 2002 Career Builder Challenge. The crowd roared as the unsuspecting fan was abruptly lifted and hurled backward, plunging into the pond adjacent to the tournament grounds. The incident played out live, capturing the shock on people's faces, the splash, and the immediate scramble by security.
It's a good thing Bill's that strong. Need a little airtime on that guy. It's a Murray Brown.
More than just an odd stunt, the moment became a viral spectacle, an example of how athletes sometimes respond when fans overstep. Second, climate activist Storm Green. One breath out of rhythm can ruin a shot. Now picture that rhythm destroyed by a sudden explosion of red and white smoke on the final hole of a PGA Tour event. That's exactly what happened at the 2024 Travelers Championship when climate activists stormed the 18th green carrying smoke bombs and bags of powder. Scotty Scheffler, Tom Kim, and Akshay Bhatia, locked in a tense finish, could only step back in disbelief as chaos erupted at their feet. Security rushed the green, tackling intruders while plumes of chemical-colored dust covered the grass. Fans booed and jeered, others panicked, and announcers scrambled to make sense of the scene. For the players, those 5 minutes felt like an eternity. The mental calm they had fought to protect over 72 holes was gone in an instant. Akshay Bhatia later admitted he was scared for my life. Not words you expect to hear at a golf tournament. Eventually, the activists were dragged away, and leaf blowers were hauled out to clear the smoke and powder. The tournament resumed, but the players' rhythm was broken. Even as Scheffler tried to regain focus, the bizarre interruption had already stamped itself into the tournament's history. Golf rarely makes headlines outside of its biggest majors, but on that Sunday, the Travelers Championship trended worldwide. Not for birdies, but for bedlam. First, Bear halts Twinfields ladies' final round.
A bear sighting yesterday caused some organizers of a golf tournament in Japan.
Golfers know bunkers, hazards, and rough patches, but nothing in the rulebook prepares you for a full-grown bear wandering onto the fairway. That's exactly what happened during the Twinfields ladies tournament in Komatsu, Japan. The tournament was in its final stretch when the calm was shattered by the sight of a large black bear lumbering across the course. Organizers didn't hesitate. The final round was called off entirely, leaving players, caddies, and fans stunned as emergency protocols went into effect.
In May, that final round of a women's tournament was canceled after a bear sighting, and in that case, the leading golfer was declared the winner.
Imagine the surreal scene. Players, just minutes away from a career-defining moment, suddenly told to put their clubs down and take cover. The towering scoreboard froze with unfinished numbers, and the pristine 18th green sat untouched. By the end of the day, the title went not to the victor of a nail-biting final hole, but to Reina Maida, declared champion because she held the lead after round 2. Her words captured the bizarre reality best. I was very surprised, but I'm very happy. Surprised indeed.